3 days to go to Christmas, and you can feel it coming even closer with the annual Christmas tree lighting outside the Araneta Coliseum, called Once Upon a Christmas Tree, an Araneta Center Fairy Tale Holiday Special. Good evening, everybody. My name is Cheska Litton, and you're watching the PPA on Solar TV. Just in time for our second game of the night, BMEG Derby Llamados versus the Powerade Tigers, where PJ Simon is coming off of a career-high 42 points, and Gary David is looking to raise his 9-point contribution in their loss to the Alaska Aces. And there you go. The tree is lit. The air is crisp. It is time to get this show on the road.
Pistol Pete was scorching hot with his career-high 42 points.
Turn around, move, get away! What a ball game for PJ Simon now with 42 big points.
Team Tigers looking to end their slump. Mr. Pure Energy searching for some help. It's the BMEG Derby Llamados versus the Powerade Tigers. Next.
The BMEG Derby Llamados and the Powerade Tigers come to the Araneta Coliseum tonight with similar 3-5 win-loss records, but that's where the similarity ends. On one hand, you've got a team that has got its groove back, and on the other, a team that is coming off a nightmare of a loss, a nightmare that they hope to wake up from tonight here at the Big Dome. Basketball addicts of the Philippines, hello and welcome to the PBA on Solar TV. Vital as a team here, along with the Dean Quinito, Henson and Quinito. How would you say these two teams match up against each other?
You know, Vito, every time Powerade and BMEG get together and they play against each other, you talk only of two players, and that scoring matchup between James Yap and Gary David. But wait, Cheska mentioned something about PJ Simon coming off a career-high 42 points. You have to now factor him in the equation. It's not just a James Yap show now for BMEG. You've got to take PJ Simon as well.
Well, we'll be talking about those individual players and going back to some of their stats a little later on. But right now, it's time to head to our official PPA checklist of to-dos. We like to call it the Dean's List. Quinito?
Okay, first of all, let's talk about Powerade. This is a team that's coming off 2 straight losses, needs to get back on the winning track. They got to have more options than just Gary David. We all know that David scored only 9 points last time out when Powerade was blown off the court by 29 points by Alaska. They need to establish a post presence. I mean, their outside shooters just did not get the help because the defense was so concentrated in the perimeter. They need to have that interior presence, and that guy, Dennis Espino, can provide it. Espino did not score last time out. David has to be back on track. Come on. He was averaging over 23 points a game first 7 games of this conference. Last time out, just 9 points. And 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. This is a player who likes to go to the line because he's very aggressive going to the rim. I think he needs to be able to do that. Go back to the line, get some free throws. They need to regroup off turnovers. And in that loss to Alaska, Powerade gave up 21 turnover points. They only shot 12 turnover points themselves. So tough climb for Powerade in this game.
Well, you know the special attention is going to be placed on Gary David. You have to worry when the #1 scorer in the league comes up only with 9 points. We'll see if he can get out of the funk here tonight. Over to the side of BMEG.
Well, for BMEG, they're starting to get used to winning without Kirby. They're coming off 2 straight losses. Wins. They beat Talk and Text. And last time out, they beat Air 21, 102-97. They need to be aggressive to the rim. Now, last time out, they looked very, very good going to the rim and going to the line. Imagine, 48 free throw attempts for BMEG, scoring 34 charities in that win over Air 21. They have to be able to sustain that kind of intensity and not settling for the outside shot. Second, interior defense. And here, you talk of Jerwin Gaco, Rico Meyerhofer, Don Aliado, John Dan Salvador. Those are the guys, and you throw in Romela Ducol, who can make it really difficult for Powerade to score inside. And finally, control the tempo. They were 20-8 advantage in fast break points in that big win over Air 21. Coach George Caleb wants to be able to sustain that kind of momentum.
3 in a row is what the BMEG Derby Llamados are after. A refreshing change, hopefully, for Coach George Gallen after losing 5 of their first 6 games of the season. Time now to meet our starting lineups.
Simon. At center, number 61, Jondan Salvador. At forward, number 1, Rico Mayer-Hopper. And also at forward, number 18, James Yap. Head coach of the BMX Derby Ace Llamados is George Gallant. And now the starting five for your Powerade Tigers. At guard, number 26, Chico Lanete. Also at guard, number 20, Gary David. At center, number 22, Rob Reyes. At forward, number 80, Mark Mapagal. And also at forward, number 28, Norman Gonzalez. Head coach for the Powerade Tigers is Bo Pedasol.
Coach Bo Pedasol on your screens, looking to end a two-game losing streak as we take a look at the starting lineups. Powerade starting off with Lanete, Rob Reyes, Macapagal, Gonzalez. Gary David will try to put this game behind him, while the BMX Derby Ace Llamados will have Yap Mayer-Hopper, the other Yap, of course, Jondan Salvador, and the man of the hour, none other than the scoring apostle, Peter June Simon. 42-point performance. Now that's the way to break out of the funk. Early scoring delivered by Gary David.
And right off the top, a nice tap coming from Rob Reyes. And you got to wonder, Powerade is a team that's fully loaded with outside shooters. Very little offense coming from inside the painted area. Rob Reyes contributing 12 points last time out for them, but had no assist. And I think if you are Powerade, if you are a team loaded with outside gunners, you have to have a man inside who can invite the double team and someone who knows how to pass and when to pass to the outside for the kickouts.
And again, this is why I described that loss at the hands of the Alaska Aces such a nightmare for the Powerade Tigers. You mentioned a lot of shooters here on the Powerade side, and a team like that shooting 8% from beyond the arc, that's bordering on the unexplainable.
Less than 10% shooting. And listen to this. Gary David was 0 out of 3 from three-point distance in that game. Jai Reyes 0 out of 4. Mark Macapagal 0 out of 4. Norman Gonzalez 0 out of 3. All four players combining for 0 out of 14 from three-point distance. That's not possible. Yes, it was possible last time out.
Nothing on the two attempts by the BMX Derby Llamados. Chico Lanete on the other end, running to bring the lead up to 4-2 in the early minutes of this ball game. On the other end, PJ Simon trying to catch a defense asleep. Nice trail job by Jondan. Couldn't make it.
Looks like a determined effort here on the part of Powerade to play tough defense. Blocking that shot, going back quickly on transition. And by the way, Powerade's 4 points so far have all come from inside the painted area. Not from the big men, but from the guards.
James Yap trying to break down the D, and it's White. The Powerade Tigers with the numbers. Quick pass, but Mayer-Hopper there to foil the day. Not about to give Norman Gonzalez any easy ones. First personal on Rico Mayer-Hopper.
Well, we talked about that before the game. The interior defense, some toughness that BMEG needs to make sure that if Powerade is going to win this game, they're going to have to win this game from the outside, not from the inside.
Norman Gonzalez, scoreless in 23 minutes of action in that last game. Take a look. Rainbow bricks is what we saw from the Powerade Tigers. Dismal shooting from the outside, and that's definitely a statistic they never want to see again. Good trip to the line by Norman Gonzalez. Building on the lead, it's up to 4. Simon over to Roger Yap. This possession staying with the BMX Derby Ace Llamados. Gary David on Roger Yap. 8 seconds on the shot clock for BMX. Long one from Roger Yap, no good. And that's going to be a loose ball foul, and it could be on, yes, it will be on PJ Simon.
Loose ball foul on Peter June Simon, his first second team foul for BMX Derby Ace Llamados.
Both teams playing with 3 guards on the floor. And you've got Chico Lanete bringing up the ball now. Mark Macapagal, Gary David, all together in this Powerade lineup.
Macapagal. Nice step back there, just rattled out. Rebound by Jondan Salvador. Crisscrossing James Yap, bounces off his foot, and it's back to the other side. the BMEC Derby Ace Llamados in search for their second field goal of the game.
You know, very early in this game, it's so evident that Powerade is fully concentrated in playing tough defense. They're making it difficult for James Yap to even touch the basketball. Last time out, creating a turnover. They've already had a block shot. So making things difficult here for the BMEG shooters.
Sticky situation now for BMEG as PJ Simon just picked up his second personal foul. With 9 minutes still to go in the first quarter, Macapagal off the screen, the three bomb, no. Over to the other end, Roger Yap trying to set this one up, the crossover, nowhere to go. Back out to James Yap. Yap with a floater, no. Jondan Salvador, the mighty rebound, nothing there. Third time around, and Yap makes it.
Second, third chance opportunities for BMEG, and they've got to capitalize. They're having a difficult time now scoring the ball with Powerade's defense.
Macapagal off the Rob Reyes screen, having trouble with the range. The go-ahead pass, here's PJ Simon, and he goes straight to the hoop.
And that's the pace we're talking about. That's what BMEG likes. They like to control the tempo. They either go strong and fast, or they want to slow it down, take advantage of their size, then they can do that as well.
Reyes, the handoff to Gary David, corner pocket shot.
And that's something that wasn't there for Gary last time out. He was 0 out of 3 from three-point distance against Alaska. Boy, that was a blowout. 29-point loss to the Aces.
And by far the most lopsided game of the season. Jumper by Jondan Salvador is short. Powerade will try to build on the lead. Gary David, that's in and out.
Nobody home there for Powerade to get the possible offensive rebound. BMEG dominating the boards.
Salvador back out. Meyerhofer for three.
Rico Meyerhofer, three!
So Rico Meyerhofer, his first made three of the season. Powerade with the setup. They're trying to find Mark Macapagal, trying to get him an open shot, but Norman Gonzalez deciding to move in against Meyerhofer.
That's tough defense by Meyerhofer, one-on-one, stopping Norman Gonzalez.
Simon, the fake for the lead, yes! So Simon now responsible for 6 of the 11 BMEG Derby Ace points here in the first.
What an incredible career PJ Simon has had in the PBA. I mean, this guy was a 5th-round draft choice once upon a time. The 43rd out of 48 chosen that year. Unbelievable.
So Rob Reyes giving up his first personal foul.
He's been an MVP in an All-Star game, PJ Simon.
And Dennis Espino will make his first appearance in the ball game right after this break. 6 minutes and 14 to go, and the BMEG Derby Ace Llamados are ahead by 2. We return to the Big Dome. Here's a look at PJ Simon. An amazing performance in that last game against Air 21. It was the sports story of the day, and we're still talking about it. 42 points, a career high, and a new league conference high for PJ Simon.
And what about those free throws? Vito, 14 out of 18, and 11 out of 11 from 2-point distance.
And BMEG showing their advantage in the rebounding department on that last sequence. And Chico Lanete giving up a loose ball foul.
Dennis Espinos quietly slipped into the game, replacing Rob Reyes. Now, he is the inside presence that Powerade needs. He can invite a double team, but he has to be able to establish his presence underneath.
James Yap offline with the jumper. Chico Lanete pushing it up. Gary David all alone, and he delivers. 8 points now for Pure Energy. Gary D